Hi, everybody. This is Lee, and I'm going to attempt to describe two infrastructure projects that are in process in the state of Arkansas. One is a fossil fuel project, the Diamond Pipeline, which would run sweet, light crude, as it's described, from Oklahoma to Memphis, Tennessee, from Cushing, Oklahoma, across the state of Arkansas, over the Mississippi River, into Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, where it will be refined. Whether that's for export, I haven't been able to determine. And so that's the question that I still have. And I've been looking at the website and articles, and I still haven't been able to determine if that oil running through from Oklahoma, Bakken oil, Permian Basin oil, um, shale oil from Oklahoma through the state of Arkansas into Tennessee, crossing bodies of water, aquifers, drinking supplies all along the way, whether it's for export or for domestic use. Um, so to be determined. If you know, please let me know in the comment section. I would appreciate it, really. The other project is a clean line renewable energy project, which would actually transmit wind energy from the state of Oklahoma across the state of Arkansas, delivering about 500 megawatts in Arkansas via a converter, and then crossing into Shelby County, Tennessee. So that's a tale of two energy projects in process in the state of Arkansas. One is a fossil fuel project crossing Oklahoma through Arkansas to Tennessee. The other is a clean wind renewable energy project crossing from Oklahoma through the state of Arkansas into Tennessee. Definitely the renewable energy is for domestic use. That is very clear. It's for use in the state of Arkansas. The majority of the energy, renewable energy, will be delivered into Memphis. And so it's a way to take advantage of the plains, the Texas and the Oklahoma plains, where there is a lot of wind energy generation, and provide new markets. And in fact, to expand the renewable energy industry. And so the parallel is the Diamond Pipeline, which would uh, expand the fossil fuel industry. And so this is a crossroads that Arkansas finds itself in, and that there are similar problems, similar issues that accompany both projects. Eminent domain, for one, and then also, the permitting process and things like that. And so the Diamond Pipeline has been approved and the construction is underway. The renewable energy project is being blocked by all six congressional representatives in Arkansas and the senators. And they've been sending letters to Rick Perry to block the pipeline. In fact, that it had been approved by the Department of Energy underneath the Obama administration. Now Rick Perry is over the Department of Energy, and they're trying to influence him with letters saying that, well, this is violating this renewable energy project. It's violating states' rights to have fossil fuel, I guess. So, in fact, I'm having a little trouble, even describing this issue because it's really messing with my head. Because we have Rick Perry, who was formerly the governor of Texas, with a very robust wind energy industry, but then also somewhat robust fossil fuel industry as well. And that now he's the head of the Department of Energy, a decision maker for the entire nation on these issues. And that the Obama administration approved it, And so now, the congressmen in Arkansas are asking for Rick Perry to block construction of this renewable energy transmission line. And what's really getting to me is the fact that they have adopted the language of Standing Rock Sioux Nation water protectors. They're saying all the words. It's violating the sovereignty of Arkansas. It's violating states' rights. It's overreach. It's a private company attempting to take over state government. And I think that's what's getting to me. So I'm definitely going to leave links in the description and allow you, the viewer, to read up on these two projects in the state of Arkansas and try to understand why pro-energy, pro-big business lawmakers are attempting to block this project and then allow the renewable energy project, which would be the largest in the nation, and then allow the fossil fuel project through. Because both of them bring construction jobs and then accompanying administrative jobs. Both of them bring money somewhat into the state. Definitely the renewable energy project encourages energy independence, because that wind energy is for domestic use. It is not for export. There's a question that remains about the intentions of the oil that goes through the Diamond Pipeline. The other thing is that the renewable energy project, the transmission line, is above ground. Big transmission metal towers with a 200-foot clearance needed on the ground. And then the Diamond Pipeline itself is smaller, but there have been oil spills from other pipelines in Arkansas along the same route. The Mayflower spill was in 2013. Hundreds of thousands of barrels of oil spilled in Mayflower, Arkansas, that has not been completely cleaned up. There's still contamination in that area from the oil in the water supply. And so that's the danger with this oil pipeline. The same danger that was in North Dakota with the Dakota Access Pipeline. There's similar dangers with this Diamond Pipeline as well, that there might be water contamination. There is no threat of contamination from the renewable energy transmission line. It's just that there is a larger footprint. In terms of the eminent domain, of course, there was eminent domain with the Diamond Pipeline that was approved over objections of the residents. And so now there are similar objections to the transmission line, the renewable energy transmission line. And so in this case, the congressional delegation is trying to block it. And so in terms of the eminent domain, similar to the wind farms, because this is not a wind farm, it's a transmission line that would carry wind energy across the state and then convert it in the state for Arkansas residents to use, and then send the majority to Memphis. So it's not a wind farm. There's no windmills. It's a transmission line. And so what the renewable energy clean line, they're saying that what they're doing is paying the full price of the land that they would need to use the 200-foot clearance wide through the state. They would pay the full purchase price of that land, but they will not take possession of the land. That the owner will still own the land, but they will receive the full purchase price of the land. And so that's how they're handling the eminent domain. And that the owner of the land, if they're farmers, they can farm all the way up and underneath the transmission lines. They can grow hay or crops or run cattle underneath the transmission lines. And so, there's the impact of homeowners on the ground, even so. And so, of course, the eminent domain issue, it arises. And now we have the question of the diamond pipeline as well. And so, it may be Rick Perry, maybe Donald Trump that kind of decides what happens with this renewable energy transmission line from Oklahoma into Memphis, Tennessee. All red states, all Trump states, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, and an energy project, a big business project, infrastructure, jobs, all of which Donald Trump said that he was for. Not necessarily the concept of renewable energy, but definitely jobs, business, money infusion into the economy, infrastructure, things like that. So I'm wondering, what's going to be the decision on that? States' rights, federal intrusion. This is the objection by the congressional delegation that they're appealing to Donald Trump and Rick Perry, and saying that it seems like they want to reverse everything that Barack Obama approved just on principle, even if it means denying, Medicaid, or denying expansion of the pipeline, or denying jobs. It seems like they're still focused on spiting Barack Obama. I mean, that seems like that's their focus. And I'm hoping that Donald Trump chooses to look at this a different way. The same way with this Obamacare repeal, that he may be able to do something better, go one step further if he wants, and it seems like he really does, want to be bigger and better and huger and more beautiful, that he'll go one step further rather than killing projects, that he will improve on projects such as, okay, well, you want to kill Obamacare, fine. How about Medicare for all and be a hero? You have a problem with, things that Barack Obama has approved and you want to reverse them. Okay, how about you be a hero and create the largest renewable energy project ever in the United States that's ever been, the most beautiful one, the most hugest beautiful, big league renewable energy project, and approve the Clean Line project across 3 states, and then save the residents of Arkansas from perhaps future oil spills, and go down in history. But anyway, this is the issue. I hope I've described it. It's still messing with my head. It really is. I'm going to have to sign off real soon and rest. But I'll post links in the description. Hopefully you can read about the Diamond Pipeline as opposed to the Clean Line. Virtually parallel projects. One is renewable energy, the other is fossil fuel. And the different reactions the Arkansas congressional delegation is taking towards both of them, and speculation on the decision making by Rick Perry at the Department of Energy under the direction of Donald Trump, and the fact that one is definitely for energy independence, that being the renewable energy, which is for domestic use, and that there is still a question about the intention of the use for the sweet, light, crude oil. They make it sound like syrup, like maple syrup, light, sweet, crude. Whether that's for domestic use or for export, I have not been able to figure that out. If you know, please tell me. Okay, good luck.